Корнеев работал для тебя, Полив. Для тебя. Ну, садитесь же, черт подери! Уберите. Войдите.
Hello. Yes. Yes. Why, Nikolai, this is something of a surprise. I don't sound like myself. I've got a frog in my throat. A frog!
Ah, a frog. Ligushka. I'd forgotten the expression. I'm calling, I know that this is something of a presumption, but to invite you to a small cocktail party in celebration of St. Olaf. St. Olaf's Day.
St. Olaf's Day? You do not presume at all. I think it's a very agreeable idea. And cocktails, how wonderfully old-fashioned. No, I mean, when I say old-fashioned, I mean how charming. Очаровательно. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Why not? Yes. 6 o'clock, then.
Order of St. George, and St. Vladimir, and this one. The gold sword of St. George was awarded, but rarely.
You're very proud of your grandfather, aren't you, Nikolai?
When he was transferred from the cavalry to the Imperial Air Service, he took his horses with him. And he always flew with an icon of St. Nicholas in his cockpit.
A remarkable man. Did he survive the war?
No, he died. Deliberately, crashing his machine into a German plane. He was buried with full military honors in the tomb of the ancient Russian prince Ashkold at Kiev.
Bizarre.
Bizarre?
Your background, the present regime.
Almost as bizarre as you and I sitting here together, drinking cocktails and talking like old friends.
A party, you said. Where is everybody?
A ruse, my dear, to get you here.
A ruse, Nikolai. How very daring. We've met how many times?
3.
Exactly, sir.
Well, to become a friend, you need only meet once. It is a question of recognition. Our cooperation worked well. You served your country, I served mine, all as a result of our confidence in each other. Cooperation can only be a good thing. You know, a friend of my grandfather's was the Princess Eugenie Shakovskaya. And it was because of him, you will hardly believe this.
Will I? I mean, won't I?
Well, it was because of him that she became the first woman to fly as a military pilot. She had to get permission from the Tsar. Naturally, it was granted.
Extraordinary.
Yes, she was posted to a reconnaissance squadron on the Northwestern Front in November 1915.
And a princess.
Princess Eugenie Shakovskaya. Do you believe me?
Oh, Nikolai, it would be impossible to make up such a thing.
Now I'm going to tell you something, because we are friends. Something that I think that you should know.
What should I know?
Now, you will perhaps think that I am misleading you in some way, but as before, it will be best for both our countries.
What should I know, Nikolai?
Sanding. Robert Sanding.
Sanding? What about him?
Not good. Not for you, not for us. Slippery. Playing a double game.
Your allegation is directed against a man of known integrity. Nikolai, when you attack Sanding, my immediate reaction is to think of, well, not you personally, of course, but your system, to spread disinformation, to create alarm.
Please, now, not me personally.
No, I said not you.
I will show my complete trust by telling you that which could destroy me.
But Nikolai, I have no wish to...
Destroy me.
You can speak with confidence, with total confidence.
I can tell you very little about Sanding, only that you should check him out. He is not to be trusted.
You take no risk of destroying yourself by telling me
Please,
that?
if I tell you what I am considering, then perhaps I am considering defecting.
Defecting?
Defecting. So in view of this, am I likely to disseminate lies and falsehoods concerning Sanding?
Bob Sanding?
I think we should run a security check on him.
On Sanding?
You seem surprised.
Astonished.
He's not Caesar's wife, you know, Mr. Palfrey.
Madam, of all the people in the service, Bob Sanding is just about the only one any of us would... But then you've never really liked the man, have you?
I may find him unorthodox, irritating even, but that has no bearing on the present matter.
But, madam, there is something else. Sanding is the only one of our people who has the complete trust of the CIA.
Well, then it's all the more important, isn't it, that we make certain that their trust is not misplaced.
This decision to run a check on Sanding, was it your own idea, or...
Or what, Mr. Palfrey?
Or did someone tip you off?
No, I've always found that a rather disagreeable expression.
Nevertheless, did they?
I'm not obliged to account to you for my actions, my decisions.
Oh.
And what, if anything, is that supposed to signify?
I thought we had a rather more amiable, even friendly relationship. I thought that possibly you might wish to confide in me in a matter as important as this.
There are some things... There are certain occasions I, too, would like to think, and I'm sure we do have an amiable relationship. I think it's best...
Madam, I'm sorry to have provoked this tergiversation.
Quite right, Mr. Palfrey. I am tergiversating. Please run a check on Sanding.
Comrade Safonov, I'm afraid I'm going to have to let you go. And do you know why I'm sending you back, Safonov? I'm sending you back because you're the most feeble liar I've ever encountered in my entire life. The way you're looking at me now, we've a term for that in the army. Dumb insolence. Dumb insolence.
Мерзавец!
I smoke too much. And I drink too much. And I go out with too many women. But none of that matters. And do you know why? None of that matters, comrade. Because here, I'm strong. In here. And that is where it matters. And now you're thinking that you could crush me between your fingers. And that's just what you want to do. Isn't it?
What a wonderful view.
Not bad, eh?
Not bad at all. This must have cost...
Oh, yes, it did. But it's worth it. Every morning I stand here, I look out and I see the river, and the fields, and the trees, and the occasional inch-high man. Well, it helps me start the day with a sense of proportion.
You mean you feel like God?
What's your drink?
Oh, no thanks. Really, it's too early for me.
But not for me, eh?
I didn't mean that.
No, you're quite right. I've got some coffee percolating. Might be a bit stewed.
Fine. Can I give you a hand?
Oh, it's okay. I can manage. The doc said it should be rested as much as possible.
You broke it?
It's a torn ligament.
Torn? How do you manage that?
Weeding the garden. Palfrey,
Yes?
it's been 14 months
What has?
since we last met.
Oh, yes, you just come back from America.
Did you really drop by to see how I was getting on?
Yeah, I bumped into Thompson, asked after you, and he said you got this marvelous new place.
So it was curiosity, you old bastard. To see this, not me.
Of course.
14 months.
Yeah, time flies. Still, I think we're wearing well.
But if only we could look beneath the skin, eh?
If we could do that, we'd all be finished. Talking of curiosity, what are you doing with the map of the Atlantic?
You got the answer in your hand.
This?
Yep. I'm going to sail it across to America.
Sail this across the Atlantic?
Single-handed.
What are you doing, taking the weekend off?
No, I've got a 6-month sabbatical coming up in August.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I've got to get away. On my own. By the way, how's the coffee? It's not too bitter?
Oh, it's fine.
Yes, there are 3 routes across. Of course, I'm not quite sure which one I'll be taking yet.
Why do you have to get away?
Oh, I don't know. Yes, damn it, I do know. It's the business. Just lately, the way it's never been before, it's been pulling me down. I'm not enjoying it anymore. Come sit down.
This doesn't sound like you.
I suppose not. Perhaps I'm aging, Thinking too much.
Where were you last night?
No, Palfrey, I am not suffering from post-coital melancholy. Too long in the business. I'm getting tired of all the old tricks. The deceptions, duplicity, mendacity, hollowness.
Well, sailing the Atlantic should work the cure, if it doesn't kill you.
I have this desperate urge. You can laugh if you like. I have this desperate urge to rediscover some form of elemental purity.
I'm not laughing.
Well, there's no booze, no women, and no cigarettes. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. But I could never take the cure.
Why not?
Too much of a coward.
What you really mean is you're not so bloody stupid.
Southern County's junior record in the 440. It's funny.
What's funny?
Sanding.
Sanding's funny?
No, I don't mean he's funny. At Oxford. He got a blue for rugby.
What's funny about that?
Nothing. But what is funny is that he only got a half blue for chess. Does that mean...
That brains are worth only half as much as brawn?
Yes, exactly.
Of course it does.
Oh, that's stupid.
No, surely, Caroline, young as you are, you must have realized that the English have always been suspicious of anyone who shows intelligence. As for genius, that's almost regarded as a criminal attribute. There's nothing funny about that, Caroline. You're in good mood today, aren't you?
The sunshine, I think.
Springtime. Where's Blair?
Yes, he said he was on his way.
Monday morning. Probably got a hangover.
I'll try him again. Makes you think of holidays, sunshine. Getting away from it all. You going away this year, Mr. Palfrey?
Yes, I'm thinking about sailing across the Atlantic single-handed.
He must be on his way.
Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Heavy night, Blair?
No, I decided to walk.
Because the sun was shining.
Yes, I suppose so.
Do you want some coffee?
Thanks.
Caroline?
Do you want biscuits?
Biscuits. Sit down. You don't look too good.
Mind if I smoke?
You lead an unhealthy life, don't you, Blair?
Yes.
You ever thought of reforming?
No.
Nothing indecisive about you. Now, about sanding. I've made up my mind.
Cleaning job?
Cleaning job.
Hello. Yes. It's what? You're right. I'm sorry, Katrina. I got caught up. Yeah. Don't do that. No. On my way. Yep. Right now. Bye.
Still here? Yes, I told you I'd be working late.
Still,
I want to get this business finished with. Playing sneak has never appealed to me. So how'd you get on?
Not a lot to get excited about.
Nothing at all?
Not unless a bottle of Chateau Lafite 61 gets you going.
Chateau Lafite? What are you talking about?
The desk drawer, the one you told me was locked, remember?
There's a bottle of Chateau Lafite in there?
Did well to keep it locked. Lafite 61, great wine, great year. 20 out of 20. Small crop unequal since 45. Don't know. If you could find a bottle, say, £200?
Sometimes, Blair, you astonish me. And from seeing Sanding, from studying all the relevant files, and from Blair's report, I would say that there is no point in carrying on any further with the investigation.
You hold Sanding in very high regard, don't you?
But well short this side of idolatry.
Nevertheless, you were very reluctant.
What are you suggesting, madam, that I haven't done a thorough job?
Of course you've done a thorough job, Mr. Palfrey. It's just possible that your interpretation, because of your...
Biased view?
They're your words, Mr. Palfrey. We're all human. When emotions enter into it, they can obscure our judgment, our detached judgment. You find that amusing?
Madam, let us put aside childish things. I'm sure you had very good reasons for wishing this check to take place. Now, please accept that I've done my work in a professional manner and found nothing. Nothing that, in my opinion, warrants any further investigation.
Leave me time to consider.
What are we doing now, Caroline? Setting up in the grocery trade?
Oh, sorry I've messed up your desk, but it really is very annoying.
What got you so upset?
Half a pound of smoked salmon. I can't find it. And I know I put it in the carrier. I'm sure I did. And it's so expensive. An arm and a leg. And not only that, but I've got people coming over for dinner tonight, and smoked salmon happens to be Peter's absolute favourite.
Caroline, will you calm down, eh? Unfortunate it may be that it's Peter's absolute favourite, but it's hardly a matter of life and death.
Oh, sorry. Gone over the top. Masses of apologies, but it really is the most... Sorry. Did you get the message?
What message?
Sanding rang. Said it was important.
Nothing. He found nothing that would justify any further action.
I find this most surprising.
Nikolai, what do you know about Sanding? You must know something.
Please, it is difficult for me to say too much.
My dear Nikolai, you have said nothing. You've been enigmatic, to say the least.
It is not easy for me. I am acting on my own initiative. It is a very delicate matter for me.
It's a very delicate matter for me, too. If I were to reveal the source of my information about Sanding, that it came from you, can you imagine the reaction that would provoke?
Are we not friends? Now, please, you must trust me.
I do. Nikolai, I believe that you're acting in good faith. Could be mistaken.
No.
Well, I'm sorry, but unless you can be more forthcoming, that's the end of the matter.
You are a very remarkable lady. But as I say, I am most surprised that a thorough check on Sanding didn't produce incriminating evidence.
It's infuriating, Nikolai, the way you keep hinting.
All right, now say nothing more. I trust you because you are my friend. Tomorrow morning we will meet here again. I will have proof for you concerning this man. Proof. Now tomorrow morning at 11:30.
You said it was important.
We're going to have a row.
We are?
Wouldn't you agree that most of us in this business are devious bastards?
Yes, including myself, but not you. You're the exception.
Oh, don't make it hard for me, Palfrey.
Bottom drawer on the left.
Notice anything?
What am I supposed to notice?
Open it.
Chateau Lafitte, 61, remarkable treasure. Must be worth well over, what, 200?
Now close the drawer.
Are we going to drink it?
Just close the drawer. Notice anything?
No, nothing. What should I?
Closer. Look closer.
Ah, cotton, thread of brown cotton.
Mm-hmm. Let me show you. Now it's gone. Now it's back. Got it?
Variation of the old door trick.
Just as simple and just as effective. I came back here last night, and there it was on the outside. Somebody had been through the place. It wasn't a burglar, nothing else was missing, everything else was exactly as I'd left it. Conclusion? Inevitable. One of our people had paid a visit. Right, Palfrey?
Well, it has to be a possibility.
A possibility? You know bloody well who it was. Look at you. Nothing, no reaction, cool and composed, giving nothing away, the top professional. Well, let me tell you, Palfrey, when you dropped by to see me after all those months, my antennae developed a twitch. Nothing wrong with your performance, but the primitive early warning system stirred the antennae. I was hoping I was wrong, because I've always had time for you, Palfrey. You always seem better than... And then I came back here last night, and right now, I could take your head off.
If you must, but remember your bad arm.
Damn you, Palfrey. Damn you.
Enter. Oh, Mr. Palfrey, I'm so glad to see you. On the telephone, you sounded disturbed.
Madam, I am disturbed.
Oh, what is it? What's wrong?
Sanding.
Are you saying you've discovered something?
No, madam, he's the one who's made the discovery.
Oh, what is...
Unless he's presented with some concrete evidence that justifies this investigation, he's going to resign.
Wait a minute, Mr. Palfrey. Are you saying that you actually told Sandy...
No, madam, no, of course I didn't tell him. I told him nothing.
Well, what are you saying?
He found out.
Found out?
Yes, we made... He's a very astute man.
You were going to say you made a mistake, weren't you?
Yes, Blair and I made a mistake, but I believe you made a bigger mistake by launching this check.
Are you suggesting that I've acted irresponsibly?
No, but...
But what?
You could be making a mistake.
As big as the one you've just made?
Attack, counterattack, it's all beside the point now. We're in danger of losing one of the best men the service has had. The Americans would regard us with a more jaundiced eye than ever. The Soviets would be delighted. The one point, the only point now, madam, is evidence. Your evidence that Sanding is guilty of grave misconduct.
Proof, Mr. Palfrey. Tomorrow afternoon, you will have your proof.
The coordinator? What you're really saying is you want me to keep tabs on her?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, isn't that against the rule book? I mean, she is...
Yes, Blair, I know what she is, and I wouldn't be asking you to do this unless the circumstances were exceptional.
And I have your word for that, do I?
Yes, you do.
Just hope she doesn't spot me.
Blair,
Yes.
we can't afford another mistake.
Пожалуйста. Extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Oh, you always look so remarkably fresh. There's a word, an expression. Bandbox.
Oh, yes, as if I just stepped out of a bandbox.
As if you just stepped out of a bandbox. I took the liberty. Is that all right?
Fine, thanks.
Such a marvelous morning, I decided to walk. I came through the park. The color, the leaves, the flowers. Everything to make one feel, I don't know, optimistic. You know, in the parks in Moscow, when the first warmth of the sun shines forth after that awful winter, the people just sit on the benches, their eyes closed, their faces turned to the sun, saying nothing, just sitting like statues.
It's very beautiful.
You're anxious. You have no need to be anxious.
Nikolai,
Yes.
Sanding, could we...
I gave you my promise, my word. I have not failed you. Zorya Yanova, a member of the Kirov Ballet. Not a prima ballerina, you understand, just a member of the corps de ballet.
Strikingly attractive girl. Yes, I remember.
Yes, she defected when the company were visiting London about 7 or 8 months ago.
remember.
Well, the media made much of it. That is not surprising with those looks.
Sanding. She was debriefed by Sanding.
Palfrey?
I'm in Jermyn Street. The coordinator's in Jasper's bar. Remember the Baliev connection?
What do you mean?
That's who she's with. Baliev. I'll stay with them.
We've had our differences before, but I like to think that even under the most provoking circumstances, we've behaved in a civilized manner.
Again, I can only concur.
We are, after all, by the very nature of our work, placed under stress, often nerve-fraying in its intensity.
We've always had mutual respect. I think I can assume that.
For my part, you certainly can.
It would be very sad if we lost that.
Shall that be possible?
Not if we're open, honest with each other.
Regarding Sanding,
This is the dancer from the Kirov company. What's her name?
Zorya Yanova. About 8 months ago, she...
Sanding handled the debriefing.
That he certainly did.
You're implying something?
Sanding allowed that girl into the country in return for favors.
Favors?
Sexual favors.
Who says so?
He visits her once a week.
Once a week, you say? Any particular day?
Is that a flippant remark, Mr. Palfrey?
I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I do know that these...
Are incriminating.
If Sanding were up to fun and games with this girl, I can't believe he'd expose himself so obviously.
He's a very audacious man.
Yes, I agree, but he's not stupid.
Whatever you may say, the evidence is here.
And apparently incriminating. But it is possible that Sanding may have an explanation. It is of paramount importance for me to know now, madam, where these photographs came from.
And I disagree.
If charges are to be made against him...
That will be soon enough.
What was it that you said about a biased view? Something to do with emotions? Emotions that can obscure our judgment?
These photographs have nothing to do with emotions, Mr. Palfrey. They're fact. A recorded proof that Sanding is a tainted man.
Do you play poker, Palfrey?
No, I don't play cards at all.
Devil's disciples, eh?
No, just never been interested.
Well, poker is a skill. It's an art. A science. Not that I get involved in a big way, but there are a few of us who meet up most Fridays, usually in the same place. Billy Brand, a bachelor, has got a house in Wimbledon, near the Fox and Hounds. And I go there for a couple of drinks to loosen up before the game. Last month, it's 3 Fridays ago, I left after a scotch or so. It was about 8:30. And voila, Zorya Yanova. I ran straight into her. Hadn't seen her since the debriefing sessions last year. Now, she was delighted to see me. It was very touching, really, and she's a very beautiful girl. So we went back into the pub, had a couple more drinks. She expressed her gratitude at my being such an excellent fellow, allowing her into the country, and so on. And I must admit that my thoughts weren't exactly free from carnality. But I'm not a fool, Palfrey. I'm not going to blow my career for that. Besides, there have always been enough ladies in my life to ease the mainspring, so I said goodbye, and I ended up with a winning streak, climaxed with a running flush, and £50 in the pot. But somewhere along the line, this happened. I've been set up. Zorya Yanova and her supposed sexual favors must have been planted for the benefit of the cameraman. Now, who would want to do a thing like that, eh?
Or perhaps you can answer your own question.
Somebody at the ministry wants to fix me. You must know.
I believe you're a good poker player, Sanding.
Yes. Yes, I am.
So you know how to lie with conviction.
What do you want me to do? Put my hand on my heart? I haven't got a Bible, I wasn't a Boy Scout, I don't have a child, so I can't swear on its head, but there's always my mother's grave.
It isn't me you have to convince, Sanding.
Then maybe it's your boss or somebody above her. Who provided them with these photographs?
Who would most want to be rid of you?
It's obvious, the Soviets. I mean, I've hit them twice in the last few months. That's the logical answer. Then I suppose answers are seldom logical.
Tell me more about the Soviets in the last few months.
I sent back Safonov, a would-be defector, but a man I was quite convinced was an agent. But more to the point, I persuaded Karneyev to defect. The second secretary at the Soviet embassy, and now, by his own admission, a member of the KGB.
This file hasn't been released.
No, the debriefing isn't finished yet. I took them back last night to go over the final details. I shouldn't be showing you this, by the way.
This Karneyev. I see he was on the staff of Baliev. Nikolai Baliev.
And I may remind you that Baliev rendered us good service in the past. A matter you may recall in which you were involved.
That may be so, but you realize what you're saying, madam. You're saying that you put more trust in Baliev's word than you do in Sanding.
Well, we're talking about more than words, aren't we, Mr. Palfrey?
Sanding has explained about the
Well,
photographs.
that's not enough. He should never have got himself into that position in the first place.
Then let us return to the germane point, Baliev. You only have his word that this dancer was passed by Sanding in return for sexual favors. Is that right? Or do we have more photographs?
No, you're missing the point, Mr. Palfrey.
Then perhaps you will enlighten me, madam.
Sanding protests his innocence. Well, the onus must be on him to prove his innocence. Otherwise, there'll always be a question mark hanging over the man. We can't afford to have a question mark hanging over a man in such a vital position of trust now, can we? Surely you can see that, Mr. Palfrey.
The KGB, madam, are masters in the art of decoy and deception. And it would appear that their attempt to discredit Sanding has been successful.
Hello, it is Zoya.
I need to see you, Zorya. The sooner the better.
Palfrey?
Hasn't been in this morning. Important?
Hello, Keith. Do you know if he's coming in at all?
No, I don't. That's not like him.
No, it isn't.
I'll give him a ring. Hey, that's my lunch.
What about a pub lunch?
A pub lunch? With you? Well, you could knock me down with a sledgehammer.
Don't think you've got that right.
How long have you been? And this is the first time.
Don't worry, Caroline. It's not your brain I'm after.
You should be so lucky. What about Mr. Palfrey?
Oh, after lunch will do.
Do I need any money?
No. It's on expenses.
It must be spring.
This was so good.
All Russians love mushrooms.
Almost, yes. It is almost, how do you say? They hunt them with passion.
A hobby.
Yes. Whole group of people, they go together and they have favorite hunting grounds, special places that they keep secret.
And I believe the real connoisseur insists that each species of mushroom has its proper drink.
I think this is merely an excuse for drinking.
What's wrong with that?
No, please, no more.
But you're not one of those, eh? Yes, there's a milk mushroom that goes best with Petrovka.
How do you know so much about this?
And then there's a little mushroom called the red head, and that goes with a crystal clear vodka, so cold it numbs the top of your skull.
You know so much more than I do.
Well, I have to, don't I, Zorya? Otherwise, I wouldn't have lasted so long.
Sorry, I do not understand.
No? Well, we can talk about it later. Now it's time to relax. Take our weekly pleasure. Hey, Zorya.
What are you?
Or didn't they tell you about that?
You mad?
Go through that door, you could spend the next 10 years in jail.
What you talking about?
That's better. That's sensible. I'm going to show you something, Zorya.
Something that will surprise you. Look at this. I made a mistake with you, Zorya. But it's not too late to save you.
Where did you get this?
You thought, didn't you, it was going to be used against me?
Where did you get it?
It's going to be used against you, Zorya. Our bosses have done a deal. Baliev thinks that you're expendable.
Baliev will never.
Baliev would never what, Zorya? The tables can still be turned if you cooperate.
Tables turned?
Mm-hmm. If you cooperate.
How I trust you.
Baliev.
We have the girl's confession on tape.
They say the wings of the albatross are so huge he can hardly walk. He should be seen only in flight. I did not lie to you.
How can you say that? How can you possibly say that?
I told you only what I was told.
Even if I believed you, which I don't, you lied by omission. Nikolai, you're totally shameless.
Nichivo.
Nichivo. Never mind, let it go, don't bother me.
The difficulties you don't understand. The impossibilities of my situation. It is so much safer for you. England is soft, green, a garden.
I suppose you're going to tell me now that you're about to defect to this garden.
It is a possibility.
Well, Nikolai, if you do, I'm sure that Sanding will be only too happy to conduct your debriefing.
A lady of great spirit. I shall always admire you. До свидания.
The Scottish Highlands, Mr. Palfrey.
What about them, madam?
Would you say they were soft and green like a garden?
No, exactly the opposite. Mountainous, rugged, wild.
Yes. Perfect retreat for a while.
Are you contemplating a holiday then?
Yes, I think so. A change of scene. This business, one needs to recover one's perspective from time to time.
It is a rather narrow world. One can become dangerously myopic.
Myopic. A good word. I've learned a great deal, a very great deal. And I've made a mistake, Mr. Palfrey. A bad mistake.
It's human. Who are you telephoning, madam?
It's only fitting that I should apologize to Sanding.
There are times, madam, when you're quite heroic.